Boo.
Boo. I wasn't muted over on the YouTube side. I don't know why that keeps doing that to me lately.
Oh,
So weird. Hello, everyone. It's Sunday Fun Day.
yay.
All right. So let's welcome everyone over here in the chat real quick. We have Andrew and Gnomes Trucking Express. We have MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless. I always point the wrong way over here. All right.
Yeah.
We have Roy and Becky's Travels. They got the notification today. Yay, yay.
Yay.
Fordman, aka Kenneth Oakes, he shared us out. Thank you so much for always being so supportive. We really appreciate that. Tommy Travels, who, if you have not checked out Tommy Travels, did a huge travel video series. You need to go check it out. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We got Hitch Up and Tow, always hilarious and always great to see you on Sundays. We have a Todd Johnston. Hello and welcome. All right. So today's video is going to come with a little bit of a warning. A lot of the time we cover some pretty gory subjects. You all know that. But Aileen Wuornos, she's pretty graphic. She discusses anything and everything, and no word or subject is crossing a line for her. So we're going to, is it over 18? Yes, it's very much over 18 and very offensive. The words will come across the screen as she said them and as they are reported. We, on the other hand, will try to censor what is being said, but some of the stuff may trigger some people if they've been through some of these things. So if you have had any type of sexual violence or any type of abuse in that kind of way, this may not be the video for you, and we will see you in another Sunday. But this one's going to get pretty graphic. So just throwing the warning out there. All right. Shall we dive in?
Yeah, let's dive in.
All right. Early years.
Dun, dun.
Dum, dum, dum. I'll let you go first.
Okay. Born as Aileen Carol Pittman to Diane Wuornos and Leo Dale Pittman in Rochester, Michigan on February 29th, 1956.
Hitch Up and Tow. Not sure if my delicate English ears can handle it. F it. Give it a go. She doesn't sound like her childhood was the greatest. No.
Mm-mm.
Her older brother, Keith, had been born almost a year earlier on March 14th, 1955. So
Such
young.
cute kids.
Yeah, so young and so innocent. You know, I can see her as an adult in this picture. Like,
Right?
she didn't change a whole lot. I mean, she grew up, but her face didn't change very much.
Thanks, Tommy. Her father was incarcerated at the time of her birth. She would never meet him, and after being diagnosed with schizophrenia, I had a problem with that word, and convicted of sexual crimes against children, would go on to hang himself in prison on January 30th, 1969.
So right off the bat, her father is already a mess. Like, right out the womb. Pittman Leo, Arthur Pittman Leo. Arthur Leo Pittman. Oh my gosh, I was trying to get it. All right. At nearly 4 years old, Aileen and her brother, who was 5 at the time, were abandoned by their mother, Diane, and left to be brought up by their maternal grandparents. They would be legally adopted a few months later.
And I was wondering about the name change. So that's the reason why she ended up going back to Wuornos. Because she was, of course, it was Pittman was her dad's last name.
And then legally adopted by the grandparents, so went back to her mother's maiden name. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So in 2002, that was her grandmother.
That's actually her biological mother.
Oh, that's her biological mother. Oh, forgive me.
That was the only picture that I could find of her mom.
Gotcha.
Now, Aileen began exchanging sexual favors during school for cigarettes and drugs before the age of 11. Her brother and she had also engaged in sexual activities.
Hitch up and toe. You got me giggling at the wrong times, buddy. So I wonder if the father had done things to her and her brother prior to being put away. And so
she wasn't even born yet. Her mother was pregnant with her, but she wasn't born.
Well, then I wonder if he did stuff to the brother, because somewhere along the lines, one of them had to learn that at such a young age, right? They had to pick it up from somewhere. So I wonder if the father did something to the brother did something to her, therefore transferring it on, and then they learned, you know what I mean? Like at that young of an age, that was a learned behavior.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Mm-mm.
Aileen claimed that her grandfather would make her strip naked before beating and SAing her. Well, there it is. The grandfather had a big part in it too then. Hey, Linda Barker.
Yeah.
Now, was that the grandfather? Yeah, her maternal grandparents. So the ones that adopted her. Wow.
Uh-huh. Remember, she was 4 and he was 5 when they adopted them.
So her father went to prison for messing with children, and then her mother's dad also messed with children.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. An accomplice of her grandfather or her at the age of 14, a consequence of which was that she became pregnant, giving birth to a son March 23rd, 1971.
Can you imagine? I know she's really messed up, and we're going to get into how messed up she is later on in the story.
Yeah.
But can you imagine being 14 years old and giving birth? Just 14 years old and giving birth in general. The amount of pain that would be, and the embarrassment that would be, being 14 and giving birth. Like all of your friends knowing that you were carrying a baby, blah, blah, blah. But then also the dirtiness you must have felt to be giving birth to your grandfather's baby. Like,
yeah, it was the grandfather's friend.
Well, the grandfather's friend, even still, like,
Yeah.
an older man like that, like,
Right.
the games that the way that must have made the brain break. Like, that would cause a break in your brain, I would assume, you know.
Yeah, it's just.
Todd Johnson
And what
said,
I don't know if I have this in here, but her mother was 17 years old when she married her father. So she was pretty young. She probably had some issues too with her dad, I'm assuming. you know.
Yeah.
So,
You guys should have some banjo music playing in the background. The White family from Tennessee. Anybody ever heard of them? They also may have
yeah.
blamed her for getting pregnant. Yeah, I think somewhere along the lines I had read that they blamed her for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Is it your turn or mine?
He was put up for adoption, and Aileen never had any part in his life. She would drop out of school early a few months later, and her grandmother passed away from liver failure on the 7th of July in 1971.
I agree, hitch up and toe. I agree.
Yeah.
Aileen, age 13. The next year, Aileen's grandfather threw her out of the house. Aileen turned to prostitution to support herself. So she was 15 when
Yeah,
she
I
was
believe so.
booted out.
Mm-hmm.
Not okay. At 15, you can't drive, you can't get a job, and she's booted out to live where? At 15, where are you going to go live?
Yeah.
Her childhood home.
May 27th, 1974. Aileen was arrested for driving under the influence, disorderly conduct, and firing a gun from a moving vehicle. Later, she was charged with failure to appear.
Now, I did hear that she was like camping in the woods by her grandfather's house. Like, that's how she was surviving, was living in the woods for many years. And whenever she would need a place to stay and wasn't able to find a place to stay, she would go back and live in those woods by her grandfather's house. I can't imagine being a 15-year-old living in the woods. And they didn't like live in Florida where it was warm most of the year. They had like snow and stuff in the area she lived in. So I don't know. I can't imagine that.
Wow. Wonder if there's a lot of swampland. I would be scared of gators and all that stuff out there.
No, she didn't live in
More.
Florida. She lived in a place that was like cold and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she lived where it was cold. So I don't know. I just can't imagine living in the woods like that. Hey, Thrifty Angela. What are social services doing? Right? That's another thing. Again,
Yeah.
we're back to one of these subjects where this was a child living in the woods. Where were the neighbors who could have called and said, there's a child living in a tent in the woods? I don't understand. Hey, everyone. I'm so sorry coming in. I got done with lawnmower 3 acres of Well, hi, Timmy Ray. Thanks for coming in. All right. Let's go to the next one. Aileen moved to Florida in the early 1976 and married 69-year-old Louis Gratz Fell March the same year. Fell was a well-known member of society in the area, their wedding being published in the local newspaper. She married her a wealthy man, did she?
Yeah, she did.
Grandpa could have lied and said she was camping. That's true. She was a very beautiful young lady. I'm about to find out some trouble. Did it come up on your screen yet?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay.
However, the peace between the two newlyweds did not last long due to Eileen's confrontational behavior. She spent time in jail for assault, and Fell took out a restraining order against her after she hit him with his own cane.
Jesus. Lady, you had a good thing going for you. Why you got to pick up his cane and hit him with it? Todd
I
said,
know.
poor Lewis. He's in for a treat. Bet he didn't know she was a prostitute. Sounds like Aileen was a Karen. She took out that cane and said, I'm going to get to business. 14th
Right.
July 1976, she moved back to Michigan, where she was soon arrested for assault and disturbing the peace in Antrim County. Yeah, Michigan will be cold in the winter in a tent. She don't look so cute there. She's starting to look terrifying. Don't tell Hippie. He'll want to date her.
Yeah, right. Three days later, her brother died of esophageal cancer. His life insurance paid out to the sum of $100,000 to Aileen.
So she got some monies. July 21st, Fell and Aileen annulled their short-lived marriage. The next month, Wuornos paid a $105 drunk driving fine using the inheritance from her brother before splashing out on luxuries with the rest of it, including a new car that she crashed not long after the purchase. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So much for that. (1981) May 20th. Aileen was arrested in Edgewater, Florida for armed robbery. The score of the robbery was $35 and some pack of cigarettes.
The things that she did, like, kind of make you giggle. Like, armed robbery, $35 and a pack of cigarettes. Like, really?
Score! Yeah.
Go big or go home. Like, what? She received a prison sentence nearly a year later and released June 30th, 1983. On the first day of May 1984, Aileen Wuornos was arrested for trying to pass fake checks. Oh, boy. She just has that. I don't care. I don't care.
November 30th, 1985. She was suspected in the theft of a revolver in Pasco County, Florida.
Did she go through the 100K that fast? I think it was 10,000. But yeah, they said she bought a car and a bunch of fancy things, and then she wrecked the car. So yeah, she blew through it, was what they said. Aileen was arrested in Miami on January 4th, 1986. and charged with car theft, resisting arrest, and obstruction of justice. On inspection of the stolen car, police would find a .38 caliber revolver and ammunition. Tommy said it was 10K. Yeah. Sometimes zeros blend together on this
Thank you.
screen. It's really easy to
Yeah.
blend the zeros together when you're trying to read the computer screen. Fancy things are expensive. You're right, Hitch Up and Toe. She looks terrifying there. Can we? You imagine if you go to prison, you go to prison with people like this? Like, I don't ever want to do anything that would land me in a place with people like this.
Exactly. 6th of June, 1986. In Volsia County, she was questioned after being accused of demanding $200 from a male after pulling her gun on him in his car.
As many times as the police have talked to her, like, how do they not know that she was doing the things she was doing? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I think that's one of the things she ends up claiming in the end, too, is the police knew and they just let her do it. Police discovered a .22 caliber pistol under the seat in the car. In the next few months, Aileen met Tyra Moore at a Daytona gay bar. The two would later move in together. The gun Wuornos used to kill her victims. That's probably true. Prison to her was better than the woods.
Yeah. Both were arrested July 4th the following year after accusations that they were involved with an assault and battery using a beer bottle. Following a confrontation on the 12th of March in 1988 with a bus driver, she filed assault charges against him with Moore as a witness.
Hitch Up and Toe said, another zombie. She does look like a zombie. A packet of cigarettes to 200. That's inflation for you. That's true. Very true. Hey, Emily. I hope you're having a great Sunday. All right. Series of murders. Her first known victim was Clearwater, Florida resident Richard Mallory, 51. Wuornos claimed that he tried to R her after picking her up on 30th of November 1989, and that she shot him in self-defense. Did she now? Richard Mallory.
Yeah. She left him with 3 bullet wounds near the I-95 in Volsia County and made off with his Cadillac. The car was recovered a few days later after being abandoned. Mallory's body was discovered 2 weeks after his death.
That's the other crazy thing. Didn't she drive around in the cars for a while?
Yeah.
That sounds awesome, Emily. Sounds like a great Sunday. On June 1st, 1990, another body was found, this time along Highway 19 in Citrus County. A week later, he would be identified as David Spears, 43. He had been missing since the 19th of May. Dun, dun, dun. David Spears.
Mm-hmm. Found nude, except for a baseball cap, Spears had perished from 6.22 caliber gunshot wounds. Aileen Wuornos had again taken off in her victim's vehicle and abandoned it some distance away.
Nude in a baseball cap. What? She's like, take off your clothes. Leave the baseball cap. You leave the baseball cap. Like, what the heck? My youngest daughter's birthday's today. She's 16. I'm really old. Happy birthday, youngest daughter to Hitch Up and Toe. Happy birthday. 16's a big birthday.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exciting one. You can keep your hat on, right?
Right.
Keep the hat on. All right. Before Spears could even be identified, another victim was found. 40-year-old Charles Carskindana. Never mind. I give up. Had been murdered. Had been murdered on May 31st, 1990. Badly decomposed, the nude body had 9 bullet wounds and was cautiously linked to the previous victims. He was found June 6th near Interstate 75. Nice, I'm adopting that kink. Oh, Shaco. Maybe they were both Detroit Tiger fans.
Right.
Nude? I'm in the wrong chat. Oh, the words get worse as we keep going, Ford man. I just can't imagine. Like, how did he end up with no clothes and his hat on? Like, was his hat covering his privates? Was it on his head? At this point, I'm more curious about the hat than anything else. Todd said this woman was on a roll.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Just under a month later, Aileen crashed the car of her latest victim, Peter Sims. Aileen and Tyra Moore were spotted leaving the scene of the accident and a description given to the police.
You need to come to one of my parties. Oh, I would love to. Those ladies probably tag teamed the men. I think that the girlfriend had a lot more to do with it than is claimed.
Yeah.
I think that Aileen has very much protected this woman the whole way through.
Mm-hmm.
She was the love of her life. And the fact that a serial killer can love the way that she loves this woman is mind-boggling to me. Peter Sims has been missing since June 7th, or had been missing since June 7th, and the inside of the crashed vehicle showed signs of a struggle, with both Tyra Moore and Aileen Wuornos left multiple fingerprints inside the car. While Sims' body has never been found, Aileen later admitted to his murder. You think she would have given the family peace and told them where she put him?
Yeah. And the day after Troy Burress' employer reported him missing, Troy Burress's delivery truck was found abandoned July 31st, 1990. His body was discovered a few days later in Ochala National Forest. He had been shot twice. He was 50 years old when he died.
Troy Burris. Yes, it took both women to take out or distract the men before shooting them. I think that it's possible that she could have been a prostitute and like been doing the business and taken them out. Like I think she could have done that part. But to keep coming home with their cars and all this stolen stuff,
Yeah.
and the girlfriend not at all question that seems very fishy to me. And that's the story she kept trying to tell everybody was that oh, the girlfriend knew nothing. And I'm like, you kept coming home with different cars. That's a little fishy. The inside of my car shows signs of kids with empty crisp wrappers and Coke cans. What a way to go. I mean, some of them went while they were happy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
One entertaining the guy and the other one taking them out. Maybe some of them went that way. Yeah. Hope Roy died with his clothes on. I hope so. I hope some of them did at least. Not all of them died nude, I hope. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Former police chief Dick Humphreys was next to lose his life to Aileen Wuornos. He was found fully clothed. Here we go, fully clothed on September 12th, 1990. Shot 7 times with a small caliber pistol. His body was discovered in Marion County, whilst his car had been taken and left in Suwannee County. Sounds like this would be a good era to ride the bus. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had his hat on. He wasn't fully nude. He had a hat on. Charles Humphreys. These are all older men, too.
Older men.
Yeah, she had a thing for older men. But I would link that back to her childhood. You know, like she was taken advantage of by her grandfather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the final victim was 60-year-old Walter Antonio, found naked in Dixie County on the 19th of November, 1990. Shot 3 times in the back and once in the head. He had been killed less than 24 hours prior to his discovery.
Hitchman. I'm an older man and I have a hat. Stay away from her. Stay away. She targeted older men because of Grandpa and his buddy. I agree. I think so too. Definitely.
Yeah.
Walter Gino Antonio. By the end of 1990, police had good leads in the case and 2 standout suspects, Tyra Moore and Aileen Wuornos, her multiple aliases being connected to her. They were eventually both tracked down. The Last Resort, a biker bar, and a location of Wuornos' arrest. That place looks sketchy as hell. There is a kid sitting. It looks so sketchy, and there's a kid sitting on the bench out front. Who's letting their kid hang out here?
Parents are probably in the bar.
Probably. The more she killed, the older they got. I wear a hairpiece. I wonder if that qualifies. Probably would have confused Aileen long enough for me to escape. The hairpiece instead of a hat would have confused her enough for you to escape. That's funny. I like that. Maybe that would have worked. I wonder if any of them had hairpieces. I think I read about her
Oh,
and the
yeah.
girlfriend years ago. It's just a tusha. I can't believe the kid is sitting there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Moving on. Murders, arrests, and execution. Oh yeah, she's looking normal as can be.
Once charged with murder, initially being arrested on a lesser, not connected crime. Police convict Moore to get Aileen to confess, allowing her to get off the accomplice charges. Aileen eventually agreed to this and confessed to 6 of the murders, saying she had committed them all without aid from Moore.
A couple of them needed hairpieces.
Right.
True. I'm innocent. I didn't do it. That's not my finger.
That's not my finger.
Oh man. Tyra Moore. Man, during the trial, she claimed all of her victims were killed in self-defense when they tried to R her. She later changed her confession, saying that only Richard Mallory, the first victim, had R'd her, and that the others only began to start to. Okay.
Within a period of 2 weeks, Aileen Wuornos had sold the film rights to her life story, believing this would make her rich, not knowing about the Florida law that prohibits profiting from crimes in this way. Her lawyers, however, not restricted by this law, were negotiating their own film deals.
Oh, now that's some karma. Her lawyers get to profit off of her. Karma. Hey, Thrifty Angela, welcome back. He looks like a 1970s pop star. That was a she.
Yeah, that was a she.
She's a mean looking lady. Yeah, that was the girlfriend. The girlfriend that's so innocent and didn't know anything was going on. Is it something pirates do? Go lawyers. Yeah, I find that so irritating. And I hope that they've made that a law everywhere now, that these criminals can't make film deals and all that and make tons of money off of their crimes. I think that's sick.
Yeah.
When they're able to do that. Like Chris Watts, he shouldn't be able to make money off of his sick crimes.
Right.
She's so creepy looking. Zombie is the correct word. Whoever keeps putting zombie over there in the chat, you are correct. And the Academy Award goes to Aileen Wuornos. By 1993, Aileen Wuornos had received 6 death sentences, 1 for each murder charge, as Peter Sim's body was never found. His murder was never charged against her, though she did confess to the crime.
Upon receiving the verdict from the jury, she said, "May your wife and children get R right in the A."
Such a kind lady. Such an elegantly spoken, kind lady. Anybody scared? Scared yet? Just kind of scary looking. The money should go to the victim's family. Exactly. Go ahead. Let her write the book. Let her tell her life story. And then all the money that can be made goes to the victim's family. Tommy Treble said, boo. That should be our new like pop-up. Just have that pop up on the screen for the boo.
Right?
So we can scare everybody. Looks like a clown in that picture. I agree. Aileen Wuornos was vocally paranoid about her treatment in prison, believing that prison officers were deliberately psychologically abusing her as well as tainting her food.
Aileen Carol Wuornos was executed via lethal injection at Florida State Prison on October 9th, 2002, at the age of 46.
Thrifty Angela said, that's what my kids would call a jump scare. Oh, well, hello there. Her last words were, yes, I would just like to say I'm sailing with the rock and I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus, June 6th, like the movie, big mothership and all. I'll be back. I'll be back. What the crap?
Scary. She was the 10th woman to be executed in the United States since capital punishment was reinstated in 1976.
These are all her victims. Shining. Here's Johnny. She's truly crazy. No, you won't.
No, you won't.
She's looking at my hotel bill from Vegas. I did go ahead and oh, why do I always hit that button? That's not what I meant to do. I did go ahead and I made a little, see if I can find it here. If I can find it quickly enough. I made a little, I have two videos that I wanted to share. Stop playing. Thank you. There's two videos. One's just 5 minutes long. Let me share it real quick. Share screen. Share audio. Here we go. All right. This one is her coming clean, supposedly coming clean. This is her like confessing because she's going to the chair. So she wants to like come clean.
Yeah.
Supposedly. Okay, here we go.
I got a message that Aileen wanted me to come meet her at the local jail. She had something to say.
Okay, I cannot go in the execution chamber and die in the execution chamber as a liar. And I cannot go in the execution chamber and be executed under the devil. I have to come clean and cleanse my spirit in the name of Jesus Christ. So I have to come clean and tell the world the lies that went on through my mouth. I mean, now prosecutors and cops.
And that you killed the 7 men.
Huh?
That you killed those men in cold blood.
Yeah, and I got to come clean that I killed those 7 men in first-degree murder and robbery. As they said, they had it right. It's serial killer. Not so much like thrill kill. I was into the robbing biz. I mean, you know, serial killers are in this thrill killing jazz. I was into the robbing, just and eliminate a witness. But still, then again, I got a number, so it's serial killer. But I'm coming clean before I go in that execution chamber and be executed. That I killed.
Now, I gotta talk for just a minute because I can't just play it through. But she says the Robin biz. I'm in the Robin biz. Biz. It's a biz. Now I'm a serial biz because of the number. I'm like,
Yeah.
are these really businesses? Like, are we? And she says, I gotta come clean because I'm. What'd she say? Because I'm gonna go with the devil or something. Like, I'm like, I don't know. Some of the stuff she says is just like, what? What are you saying? I don't know. Someone needs to tell her that's not going to make a blind bit of difference, right? She's not into the killing chess. Oh, it gets better. Wait until you hear the conspiracy part. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's get this back over here. All right, here we go.
Killed him.
And so
Like
when
this.
you met them from the beginning, did you know that you were going to kill them? When they picked you up in their cars?
I pretty much had them selected that they were going to die.
But when you're saying that there was no self-defense, so there was no self-defense.
Yeah, there was no self-defense. I'm being really straight up about everything. There's no self-defense. I'm really sorry what happened about everything. I was in this. To me, this world is nothing but evil, and all of us are full of evil one way or another. In whatever we do, we have evil in us. All of us do, and my evil would just happen to come out because of the circumstances of what I was doing. Hitchhiking, hooking, on the road. I was a homeless person all my life. And then the hitchhiking, hooking, I learned off the homelessness and cruising all over the United States of America and stuff. And so learning how to be a hooker as a hitchhiker eventually got tiring. In the end, I carried the gun for protection, but then I got where I was getting a real problem, and our rent was due $1,200 behind. Tyra was doing a lot of beer drinking and stuff. She wanted to go out all the time, so she was burning up the money I was making. I was making good, about $200-300 a day, sometimes. Sometimes
Did she know what you were doing?
Oh yeah, Ty always knew everything I was doing.
So you were very close.
Yeah,
All right.
and I still miss her.
Wait a minute. So Candy over here in the comments says, my mother rented a room to a guy who had her over a few times. He paid her and all was well. If he had a car, she might have killed him, but he didn't have much. Oh, wow. Thanks for sharing, Candy. Wow. He is very lucky.
Yeah.
Tommy Treble said, I agree with her. We all have evil. One time I ate an apple without even washing it off first. Thrifty Angela said, wow, her justification is even crazy. High rent for being homeless, Linda said. Right?
Yeah.
Paul Vines said, oh, wow. Hitchapato, how did she make that amount without a paper bag on her head? Oh, she's sorry. We should let her off. Now we can keep watching this, or I can flip over to the other one and just do a little brief part of the other one that I have saved. The other one kind of goes, let's go to the other one. Let's just go to the other one,
Mhm.
because the other one is not her admitting to everything. The other one is an older one where she tries to say that the cops knew. The cops knew that she was a serial
Oh,
killer
yeah.
the whole time, and they were wanting her to
Yeah.
do it. So let's watch a little clip from that.
The dark woods of Florida.
Those men were shot, just shot in self-defense. Boom, boom, boom. You know, they weren't cut up, they weren't sliced up. No OJ jazz, you know. And he said, I did the most horrendous crime in the whole wide world.
Not true?
I guess not. All they were was shot and left. If it was a horrendous crime, why didn't I shoot them between the eyes, cut their penis off, stick it in their mouth, you know, do all kinds of gross stuff? All they were was shot and left, you know?
She's been called the damsel of death and the hooker from hell. But embellishment aside, the story of history's first female serial killer is macabre enough, even without its supporting cast of characters.
Oh, yes, I'm a public defender.
33. After years of abuse and degradation at the hands of men, Lee Wuornos started evening the score.
No, I wasn't born bad. You guys got it. Sam, trying to tell you, man, they lied. They lied so bad to you all.
But you've been convicted of killing 7 men.
Everybody's looking at the number.
Does that not... You killed 7 men, 7 strangers. Does that not make you a serial killer?
So I didn't kill them every day, did I? Did I kill every day? If I did, then
Well, no, it took you 12 months.
yeah. And that's a hell of a lot of men I went through before the next jerk came along, and I used protection, like a condom.
So it was
from AIDS.
self-defense.
Yeah.
Lee, the first one, perhaps. The second, maybe. But
So what?
7 times?
So what?
Lee Wuornos began the last day of her miserable life on the road here, ordering her first beer at 11 in the morning. Close to broke, as usual, it was Lee's style.
All right, I can't find the spot that I had it at. Dang it. I had it saved so that I could cue it up where she was saying that the police knew all along that she was a serial killer, and that there was like helicopters that would fly around and watch over her, and that the police just knew the whole time, and that they wanted her to do this, that they wanted her to kill all these people, and that's why they let her do it. And it was like, huh? But then you read the story about how many times she was arrested, and you start to wonder, like, did they know something was going on? Because she was arrested an awful lot and not brought in. So I don't know. I found that kind of interesting, but I can't find it. I had it queued up to play, but next time I'll make sure I pull it up and queue it up on the computer. But yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
She's so off her rocker and says such the craziest stuff. But then when we were reading through your information, she was arrested a lot. And that's what she was saying was, I was arrested all the time. I thought that they knew. And it was like, I don't know. How did they not know? So.
Yeah. She was blaming them, saying she kept getting back out and she wouldn't have killed all these men if they would have just kept her in.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought I'd seen somebody's 3 Souls Paranormal. Hello. I didn't see you come in earlier. I wanted to stop and make sure we said hello to you. I wonder if she's coming back with a baseball hat. Hey, Shanacraft. I didn't see you earlier. Hello and welcome. Twin granddaughter's graduation party. Woohoo! Congratulations. A degree in crime and murder. Don't flip her over. Yeah, I found that really interesting.
Yeah.
Her thing was, it wasn't that bad. I just shot them. It's not bad. It's not like it was a real bad murder. What? Like, is that how we
Yeah.
figure out if it's bad? If we stabbed them a bunch of times, it's worse, or if we shot them once, then it's not so bad. Like, what? A murder's a murder. They're both bad. Linda Barker, delusional.
Yeah.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice shot. Don't tell me that's not normal. All right. So, Nettie, you just came out with a video. It was very, very good.
Thank you.
It was Saturday, right? You released it?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah. And it had the cutest little scene in it where Nettie is putting Mel's little mechanic suit on him. It is so cute. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Mel has the cutest little smile in that video. You guys need to see it.
Thank you.
Her elevator didn't go all the way to the top. You are correct. If you all have any ideas for some topics you would like us to cover, please come back into the comment section of this video and drop some ideas down there for us.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do another serial killer coming up soon. And we've got a couple more ideas, but we love hearing from you guys. It can be haunted places that you want to know the history on. It could be true crime, any and above, all of them. Let us know.
Mysteries, anything. Yeah.
Yeah. We'd love to hear from you guys and let us know what you want us to cover. We'd love to hear it. But I think that wraps up the show for tonight. Thank you, Nettie, for all the work you put in. I really, really appreciate it. Oh,
Thank you.
Hitch up and toe, no problem. We've missed a couple of weeks and we're just jumping back in here, so no problem. All right.
Yeah.
Well, wishing you all much kindness and much love.
And we're sending love your way.
Bye, everyone.
Night.